In this video, we will learn the most common type of problem in Etabs, that is modeling error and check warning in Etabs. So we learned the different kind of errors in modeling as well as how to fix those errors that come in Etabs. So it's a practical project and we will be checking the errors and dealing them the way it is dealt in design offices. So we'll first click on show all objects to make sure that no object is hidden. Then we click on check model option. Our tolerance is usually set as 0.1 inches based on the units you are using. Check all the shell, line and point error identification. So the warning errors we are getting here are of different kinds. There are area transfer errors. We have cut them and we will be pasting them in Notepad. Errors at roof and different levels. Let's proceed with the similar level of stories. Like the error in roof, we'll be dealing with the error of the roof. Now let's see what the errors are. F131 and F22 are too close. Check at. The coordinates are also given. First we need to turn on the labels which the error specify that which specific label is having that particular error. Also we get the coordinates in form of x, y and z. Z is not important as for a particular story it remains constant. So x and y coordinates are important if you are still unable to identify using the object labels. There is also a third technique which I will be discussing to find if you can find a particular object label. For example, here we have to find F131 and F22 which are just in front of us. So we found the error as well, that the shell is being overlapped here by the other shell. This is this one and this one. Now the joints are at their unique positions and no overlapping was reported here. So we have fixed this error. Now we proceed to the next error for the same level, that is F22 and 102 are too close. They might be close because of this error. So we have to separate them. The coordinates are also given. F22 and 132 are too close, which we have already fixed here. So the roof shell errors we have dealt already here. This is the other method I was talking about. If you have to find a particular label you go to select by labels and click on the specific loop to narrow the filter options and click the select. And if you are still unable to find, then click on show selected objects, so you end up only viewing the object which was selected, and then right click again to show all objects once you have found what you are looking for or selected. Now we proceed to the next set of levels with errors, that is level 29. So the 29 errors, as I see, has similar kind of errors. Even the ID of shell labels is similar. So we are fixing in a similar manner as we dealt with on roof. I'm gonna erase those errors as we have dealt them in the similar manner as previously. Now we proceed to level 27. The two close errors. The F means floor object. If it was beam, that means beam or B. So similar error and similar labels and the same location and coordinates. So we fix them in the similar manner. Now we proceed to the next level. Same errors, same coordinates and same shell labels. So we will be fixing them in the same manner. In a nutshell, you basically got the idea that how to fix the errors of too close. Now we proceed to the next kind of error, that is overlapping error of beams. You can see that it is identified by B. I proceed to the level where the error is basically located. Okay, so we need to turn on the label for beams. In similar manner, we turn on label for shell. Now we need to turn that off and turn on for frame objects, that is beam here in the plan view. If we were in elevation view, we would have the labels for column, but since we are in plan view, also the coordinates are shown where they are being overlapped. So we'll look for the coordinates. I think it is this point. So you can see that there are two beams overlapping, that is 177 and 207. So I suppose 207 is a long beam which is not really practical, while the beam 176, 177 and 179 is in correct place, that is broken at the supports, which is the actual case. So we need to select one and delete the other overlapping one. Sometimes it becomes difficult to select, so we can also go to select by label option and delete. So we have fixed this error by deleting beam 207. Since the 207 was the root cause of the error and the error was same for the next level, we'll select the floor level to filter out and narrow the choices, and now here we'll select the beam ID we are actually looking for, which is overlapping. That is B7. It might be numerically arranged to B7 is at the top. We need to delete this B7 being overlapped by 171 and 172. It's up to you whatever you want to delete as per your engineering judgment. Here I found that it was not appropriate, as it should have to be broken at continuous at supports. I proceed to the next level of errors. Here we have again the errors of shell elements. So we'll turn on the visibility of the labels of shell. So we need to fix this area. We can merge and unmerge. For time being I am doing just the merge option. You can individually draw the slab in the visible slots as an individual piece, which would be much accurate from analysis and design point of view. But just for removing the error, I am doing this as a short. So we have dealt with that error, and the similar errors are there related to the shell elements. So we proceed to the next level where the next errors are there. 17 and 56 and 58. You can see that 17 has neither B nor F written with it. It means that the 17 is a point or a joint. So for that we need to turn on the visibility of the joint and its labels. Now we select the joint label 17. Here it is located. So the joint label 17 and F56 and 58 are too close. So either we delete the joint if it's unnecessary due to revisions in the drawings from architect. We make changes in the structure, so the unnecessary joints are left here, which sometimes also causes error in model analysis, giving higher value of drifts. It is also important to point out if there is any problem with the F56 shell and F58 shell. We'll check if the problem persists. We'll do the next iteration. Now an important kind of warning is area load transfer. Sometimes we ignore the warning of overlapping and shell overlap area, but area load transfer kind of warnings must never be ignored while analysis and design, as it is a critical warning and the load is not even being transferred in a similar manner as it should or it will be transferred in a real structure. So modeling must reflect the real structural behavior. That's why we need to fix this error. So we go to the level where this error is. Area load transfer on the level 30. You can see here it's a doubling of shell, as the color also showed that there were two shells over each other, which I deleted. Now F98 is giving me an error of area load transfer, so I am gonna merge these two shells and the surrounding shells, as I think slight displacement of the beam might cause area load transfer error. So now I am gonna mesh it again to confirm with the new beam locations. I am hopeful that this warning might be removed. We'll do a secondary thing to deal with the problem as well. We go to the next level. Most of them are related to the plant room. Plant room is on level 9, so you got to move to level 9. F23, 75, 87, 90, most of them are at this location. So I deleted the void area, and let's not delete the void area for now. So I'll mesh the slabs where it is required. So now it seems even. Select this particular shells which are having error, that is F82 here. I'll search it if I can't see it here. Let's go to the particular level. So F82 has already been fixed, therefore it's not in the list. I'm gonna mesh that here. Similarly for F90, which is already meshed, but still further mesh using it at the beam. F91, mesh this using the beams. Okay, that is the last is F31. So I'll see if that's still available, as apparently it's not visible here. So I'll go to the select list. If it's still not there, that means I have already fixed them with the overlapping errors, as most of these are related to shell and they are repetitive errors, so I have fixed them. So F31 is available here in the void area. As you can see that the opening is being merged here, so we gotta fix it. One important thing you might notice that I am merging the cells although there is a beam, but in order to deal with that, I'll auto mesh the shell using beams here in the next step. So now we have removed most of the errors. Now I'll be assigning the auto mesh option, which is very important to deal with these kind of errors. floor auto mesh options, click on default, as sometimes few shell are not assigned this option by default. It is just a bug, I think, in the software. And also reduce the mesh size further if you have a complex structure and giving a lot of errors related to shell. Most of the time we do auto meshing to save time. And also reducing the auto mesh size increases the accuracy for the analysis. Now we're going to do the frame mesh option. For example, a beam is continuous at a column, but in actual it must be transferring the load to the column joint, so we must mesh the beam as well, which will also further help in removing the area load transfer. If you get a line area load transfer, which we did not get in our example, so you can use the option for mesh line, which I just showed, to remove that error. By selecting frames, go to assign and then mesh line at joints. Now I'm gonna check the model once again. I hope this time the error gets removed up. So we are still getting two close errors and two area load transfer errors, while most of the errors are already dealt. So we'll paste them in notepad here again and going to fix these 4 errors. Let's start with the two close errors here. The two close errors are for 1750 F56 and F18, which we apparently already dealt, but we gotta deal it with a different approach this time. So it is located here. You have to find it. Let's go to select and the labels of shell labels. Okay, so they are still here. That means that we have the error originally here. So I'm going to merge these two shells. Since I was unable to find, so I have to turn off the visibility of rest of the objects. Now I'm going to mesh them using this beam. So I'm hopeful that the problem would be solved this time, which we'll be checking again in the next iteration. Now fixing the area load transfer here, which is in the void area, as F23 is the opening drawn. So first we'll apply a technique on the level 9 to see if it works. Then we'll use the same technique on level 8 or wherever level the problem is. So it is here, F23. So I'm going to delete this F23, which will also delete my void area, and draw it again, as I'm sure it might have been coinciding with a particular point causing the area load transfer error. I'm going to mesh the slab, which I already mentioned that it must be meshed, although I have selected the auto mesh option as well, but to be sure that the slab is meshed above the beam. Okay, so I just have to delete this, select this F23. In similar manner, I am going to mesh the slab here on this level. So I'll check if the problem still persists. So we'll have to use once again another approach, as it's a practical problem and you must know how to deal differently every time. As I already know what would help, but still, in order to teach the correct method and reach there step by step, you need to know the exact process. So it's still checking the model. So we have now only two warnings left: area load transfer related to level 8 and 9. So I'm gonna copy them or just remove them, as we can just memorize it. Or okay, just for the record we copied them, and we go to level 9 and we'll try to first fix the problem on level 9 and check the model, and if it works we'll do the same technique on level 8. In order to save time, we'll do the technique once on a particular level, then if it is successful attempt, we'll copy it on the next level, as both the problem statements are similar regarding the void. We can see the void is being overlapped with the shell areas here. So we got to draw the opening on the individual shells. So I need to select this F23 somehow and delete it. Okay, now we'll draw the opening individually on the slabs. It's better to do it in parts if it's giving the error of area load transfer still. You could have assigned it individually on each part of the slab which is an opening here. But it was important to match the slab on the beams. A better way would have been that the slab should have been drawn or not even drawn over the opening area to avoid this hassle. But just in order for learning process, we have to deal with it here. And I assume that this would solve the problem. Let's hope that plant room area load transfer problem gets solved this time. So yes, we have fixed the plant room or level 9 error. We'll repeat the technique on level 8 so that this error would be removed from level 8 as well, as the attempt was successful. And there's still one thing you could have done if the attempt didn't work, that is you have to delete the surrounding slabs, that is F90, F87, 84, 83, 91 here visible, and delete them and then redraw them, avoiding the opening or opened space. So then there would have been no need to assign the opening. Okay, now let's check this level only, as the error was only residing on this level. Check selected objects only and okay. Okay, so this time the error was removed from the whole model. Please subscribe to the channel for more videos and visit the channel and go to Etabs playlist for complete lectures related to Etabs and much more to come related to civil engineering. Thank you for watching.